Hi, my tubies, Sheila True Love. I want to try to lighten this up a bit. I don't know how I can. Maybe I can lighten it up a bit after I'm done with this. But right now, what we're going to do is talk about appreciate your man, but don't worship him. There's a huge difference between appreciation and outright worshiping a dude. And you know who I love? My good old Derek Jackson. And let's just listen in because I always enjoy doing the he said, she said. It's like the man gives his point of view, and then I, the woman, I give my point of view. So let's just go in.
And I think a man has done nothing for you until he's made you a wife, right? And I get that this probably came from like a religious standpoint or like a religious perspective or whatever. Y'all know I don't really get into all of that, but to be honest with you, the boyfriend, the husband, or made you a wife shit, that don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? I appreciate and I value marriage, but at the same time, marriage don't make a man. It like Ike was a fucking husband. Ike made Tina
Yeah,
Turner a wife.
it's true.
So he didn't do shit for her about making her a wife.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Donald Trump is a husband. He made Ivanka a wife. Like just because you're a husband doesn't mean you.
You know how I said he said, she said, because we may have different points of view. No, I'm agreeing with him. Just because you marry a woman or just because you are a husband, married, that doesn't mean that you have a husband. Like he said, Donald Trump is a husband, and look at how he treats Ivana. And we already know about Tina Turner and Ike. We already know what's up with that. Um, let's listen and continue.
It's something special for a woman. Like you marrying a woman wasn't a gift for her anyway. You wasn't upgrading her.
Hold on, let me
And
turn on the
there's
other
some
light.
boyfriends, man, have given their life for their girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like there was a story probably a month ago or something like that of a dude who jumped into a lake to save his girlfriend's 3 year old that had just like fell in there or something like that, and he lost his life in the process. So I know, like, I don't give a damn about the title. Like I look at the person. Because that
Exactly.
boyfriend,
No.
I salute him. He's a hero more than a lot of these quote unquote husbands out here. But what I will say is this: there's a difference between worship and appreciation. There's nothing wrong with appreciating your man. Matter of fact, not only is there nothing wrong, but if you have a good man, you better appreciate him if you really do deserve him. Like appreciation looks like, you know what? If he's giving you 100%, you give him 100%. And it may shift every now and then, but for the most part, consistently he's trying to do his absolute best to love you better and better every single day. That's appreciation. But the line is drawn wherever he does something wrong, and you can still call him out on his bullshit respectfully. But you can still address that. You can still hold him accountable. Where it goes into worship is where
I like the way he said that, if he's not doing things properly, then you can still call him out on it, but make sure that you do it respectfully. You watch your tone. What I tried to do when I was dealing with my all the dudes that's in my life, that was in my life, or even the men who are in my life now, is I try to talk to them the same way I would speak to my manager, the same way I would speak to the attorneys that I work with, the same way I would speak to the pastor of my church. I try to talk to them with that same tone, with because you're not going to come out screaming when it comes to your manager, or when it comes to your supervisor, or if you work in the legal field. You're not going to come out screaming and being sarcastic and facetious, if you will. No, you're going to watch your tone. You're going to watch the volume. It's not what you say, like they say. It's how you say it. So I agree with him. You could express your concerns, but you can do that respectfully.
it don't matter what he does, no matter what he does wrong, he could talk to you crazy, disrespect you, neglect you, put you on the back burner, have you looking like a straight plumb fool out here, and you still justify it, turn a blind eye to it, find some way to excuse it. You don't even want to bring up, the fact that he did something wrong. It's all right, at least he comes home to me at night. Where was he before? And what is he bringing home with him?
Did you STD? Yeah, what STD did you bring home today, darling? Herpes, HPV, chlamydia, trichomonas, syphilis, the monster? I mean, who's supposed to sit around here and play Russian roulette with their health and their life that way? No, not this girl. But like he said, this character could do any and everything. That's called worship. Like, I've seen it so many times when I'm looking at divorce court, or I'm looking at that show called For My Man, and I'm looking at Fatal Attraction. It's crazy. These females honestly believe that because I love him, when people ask, why is it that you stay in this situation? Why do you keep going back? I know a bit about soul ties also. I'm going to do a video on that. At the same time, they're talking about love. It's not love, honey. It's a bond. It's when someone is, what is that word I'm looking for? They are codependent. It's anything but love. And when you have, because love comes with boundaries. There's boundaries within the relationship of, how far to go, boundaries that will limit you to certain things. That's what love is about. But when it's like a bond, or it's just codependency, there is no, how you say, there is no boundaries. You could do whatever the hell you want. There's no limits. That's not love. And to be honest with you, I'm guessing at this, but I think men know it. They know that this woman don't really love me. She's just codependent. They want a woman who loves them, a woman who's going to kick his behind out, a woman who's like Dr. Phil's wife, and a woman who's like Steve Harvey's wife, because they weren't trying to hear it when those wealthy men were trying to play games. They was ready to walk. You have to be prepared to walk out. Bye. You only give them one more chance after they're willing to go into counseling for at least 7 months. And I mean only one more chance. And after that, you're done. Because when it comes to cheating, Sheila don't give a second chance. I just don't. But, everyone is not me. Because I'm not going to sit up here and have no man laying next to me while he's fantasizing and thinking about all the things he did with that other piece of whatever filth. I can't do it. Some women can do it. I just can't. Just knowing how hard I work, but yet I work hard like a dog, but yet you can sit up there, laying up there thinking about her? Yeah, you let her come and do all the work, buddy boy. But like he said, some women, they'll put up with anything. He can come in when he wants, make babies with other women, cheat like a dog. And he gets away with all of that. You let him get away. He don't work. You're buying his sneakers, his clothes. He's playing video games all goddamn day.
Those are the type of girls who worship their dude. And I don't care if you're your boyfriend, your fiance, your just a friend, your husband, or whatever.
Rewind that.
If you worship a guy,
let me rewind it.
At night, where was it before?
Yeah, hold up. Go ahead, Derek.
Those are the type of girls who worship.
Okay, guys, I gotta go. We'll do part 2 because I'm getting interviewed today. Hold on.
Dogging you out like that. Like, he may be a pretty good guy for the most part, but we all have places that we need to grow. We all have places that we need to improve. So if you worship him, you're only enabling him.
Sorry, baby.
And you still justify, turn a blind eye to it.
Go ahead.
Line is drawn wherever he does something wrong, and you can still call him out on his bullshit respectfully.
Of course.
But you can still address that. You can still hold him accountable.
Yeah.
Where it goes into worship is where it don't matter what he does. No matter what he does wrong, he could talk to you crazy, disrespect you, constantly looking and lusting after females, have other women sitting all up in his car, driving all around town. He could sit up here and, like I said, have a side piece, or try to tell you either are you down with the threesomes, and all this other crazy nonsense. Listen to Derek, please, because he says it better than I could ever. You neglect, you put you on the back burner, have you looking like a straight plumb fool out here, and you still justify it, turn a blind eye to it, find some way to excuse it. You don't even want to bring up, the fact that he did something wrong. It's all right, at least he comes home to me at night. Where was it before?
And I know a lot of females like that. Like, I was talking to Trailer Trash. Her name is Trailer Trash on YouTube. Type in Trailer Trash. Her name is Celia. Anyway, she's like, yeah, I screwed your man. And maybe if you would have kept him happy, he wouldn't have left you. So a lot of these females, all they care about is whether he's going to leave. It doesn't matter whether he cheats or do whatever the hell he does, as long as he doesn't leave me. That's all they care about. I don't understand all that. That's crazy. No, you pack your stuff. You found so much pleasure over there with that person over there. That's where you need to be then. She's the one who makes you happy. You made it very clear, very obvious that I don't satisfy you. I'm not enough. That's what I'm looking. I'm not enough. And when I'm not enough, because God knows I work hard for you enough. And when I'm not enough, it's time for you to bounce, buddy boy. Yeah. And like he said, when you're willing to put up with all of that, that's worshiping someone. That's redonkulous.
And what is he bringing home with him? Those are the type of girls who worship their dude. Now, I don't care if you're your boyfriend, your fiance, your just a friend, your husband, or whatever. If you worship a guy, even if he's not dogging you out like that, like he may be a pretty good guy for the most part, but we all have places that we need to grow. We all have places that we need to improve. So if you worship him, you're only enabling those places that he needs to improve to stay where they are. It's just like the Pavlov experiment. You're positively reinforcing the negative things about him. So you ain't doing either one of you a favor by worshiping him. But if you appreciate your man, like, it's a give and take. And it's not in the sense of, I'm always measuring you or whatever. It's just from the concept of you can't pour from an empty cup. He got to be filling up your cup of love for you to fill up his cup of love.
High five.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you got a good dude, I'm talking about a guy that can identify things within him that currently aren't good enough for you. So he's renovating that part of himself so he can be a better man for you. There's nothing wrong with showing him the utmost appreciation. Speak to the king in him. Treat him well. Do things for him.
I love what he just said. Speak to the king in him. Now, how would a queen or anyone treat a king? They would treat him. They would cater to the king. They would, but keep in mind how the king treats the queen. The queen wants for nothing. She ain't worried about rent. She ain't worried about utilities. She ain't worried about food or clothes or how to get herself adorned. The king got all of that. That's why she has no problem catering to her king. And I'm sure if the king is out of line, she's definitely going to address that most respectfully to the king. And the king loves his queen. He's going to do everything in his power to correct that. Anyway.
You uphold your responsibility in a relationship. I'm not talking about that. There's nothing wrong with appreciating your man. In fact, you better appreciate your man if he's a good one to you.
Hello.
But if you worshiping the man, and no matter what he does wrong, you can't ever expect for him to actually know how to treat you right. Peace.
Peace, dude. Peace. That's Derek Jackson, baby. And so like I said, Derek Jackson, he makes a lot of sense, and he have written several books. In case you're interested, you can purchase these books on Amazon. He has A Cheating Man's Heart, which I have that one, book 1 and 2, part 1 and 2. He also have I Still Want It. I'm just naming the books that I purchased. I Still Want It and Single Mothers Are for Grown-Ups. And I think he has another one, Don't Forget Your Crown. Those are books written by Derek Jackson. They're very insightful, and you'll be surprised at how much you're going to learn. So anyway, my tubies, this is Sheila True Love. I'm going to be doing an interview today, a podcast with Jumanji. He's very down to earth. This is regarding the Jehovah's Witness organization. He's going to be interviewing me. And I will be doing that with him in about, 30 minutes or at 8 o'clock. But we're 3 hours behind. So like here, 7:25. So over there where he is 4:25. So this is just going to be a test that we're going to do, because the original podcast is not a podcast. It's going to be an interview. It's going to be on Sunday at 5 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock his time. Anyway, tubies, until next time, bye for now.